Hope you're doing great out there. Andy Globe with another live session of composing on my Cubase and more. Have a great Sunday. Yeah, um, at the moment I'm on a new beat. Um, like maybe some of you know. I played some bassline melodies, and it's about figuring out bassline and voicings to the played guitar from a Canon 5D into the Cubase, and yeah, do an instrumental out of it. Have some cool vocals so far, and now it's about let them tee a bit and more. Now I put some hi-hats to the sound and go from there. Let's have a listen if you like. Yeah, sounds beautiful so far, I think. Arrangement and stuff later on. Um, yeah, I'm saving a lot of files at the moment. Um, so I will have a tidying up of my hard drives, or have to tidying up of hard drives in the next time period. I think it will over 8 or something, or 5 to 8 Ts, and there's a lot of recordings that came through the last years, pictures and more that will receive new CDs and more. So this is the next thing I have to do, kind of knock it out. What is further from use and what can be deleted. Otherwise, you stay somehow with a big battery of hard drives. So I have to, yeah, clean a bit the hard drives the next days and next time period. yeah, I think a beautiful loop so far. For more information, of course, um, you're all invited to watch former videos and more. Found in the frame system. I don't know if this is a new system, um, at least found in 95%, of course, you get reflected and knowledge by being human, of course. So 95% of my music is, of course, found in, I say, and the rest of it kind of is reflecting from what I hear, like I said, um, being human, of course. So I don't know if this is new, but it makes sense to me. The frame system, kind of taking a picture and put yeah an vision to it, a frame to it. We call it maybe DIN A4 or DIN A5. So this is what I do now, and I think it's a great system to solve arrangement problems or to solve um, an arrangement vision to it. At least you can say you can relate to a system. Of course, there are a lot of. I think at the end it's figuring out till you have results. I did it, or I do it myself. Here and there, just doing and figuring out. But the more you go into the structure of professionality, of course, and of developing, um, you come up with systems, and the frame system so far seems to be a great system. Um, that you can say, okay, I have an X, or I have a question and I have an answer to it. And this is, I think, this frame system doing a great job on it. So what was the what was the idea behind that? We say a baseline has kind of an equal of mathematic to it. We play octaves instead of mixing tunes to each other. So the baseline, for example, is have a reach, or yeah, from A to A, maybe one or two octaves. Like the voice has a reach from B to B, if you like, or C to C, or D to D, and the stacking of the signals relates to the melody of the song later on. I love the sound of it. It's a very analog sound. It's very true and honest sound. And on the cage or on the frame system, you can or have response all the time to what I played really into the structure. So like I said, you always have response to um, kind of every seat in the audience. You can say, okay, on spot 284, that's an E, and I can play a solo, for example, on a B to it, and I have a response without making the arrangement maybe too crowded, too overcrowded, and too um, um, yeah, too endless, kind of, that you will never find a point of A or B. So you have no, or it's hard to find the song structure by being maybe um, too freestyle or too into the blue. What can be cool, of course, but at this time, try to really paint a picture of, okay, that's the main frame, and this is maybe a more classical song arrangement with really spottable items, kind of, and peak and valley, kind of. So I put it some higher to that from from a drum library. I think it's the Drums Overkill. Um, it's a plugin that came out, I don't know, 10 years or something, or 15 years ago, if I'm right in suggestion of things. And it's doing a great job. Had the VST version, and then I found out a couple of years ago they have the audio samples as well on that plugin, and up, uploaded them to my hard drive, and they serve as well great drums and hi-hats. So I picked out a hi-hat from that CD and go for more now. Like I said, arrangement later on, more about that. Let's see about that. And the mixing and the development process. And the sound design process, if you like. Bit of a delay to it. And more, always do a great load of saving. You never can save too much, in my opinion. You have the hi-hat now. Now come up with some scratches and maybe cymbal things. And then I think we can yeah, think about maybe some FXs, and then we can come up with the lyrics to it, and go from there, see what the arrangement is doing, and just start to learn the lyrics, and yeah, make the lyrics proper. And then I think the next, yeah, is the recording maybe of the vocals, and then it comes to the mixing process of the track. I think it has a cool thickness so far. Maybe not too over arranged, not too many instruments, so it has a cool, yeah, it still has a cool waiting out or waiting out. Thinking maybe putting some orchestra drums or orchestration drums too over the drum set to have a more outstanding sound. It would be cool maybe to have a scratch. Let's see about that in to yeah, I love this time on this record or on these tracks to have yeah, like a it's a globe style producer come up later maybe with a nice voice to it and has a bit of everything, kind of opera, kind of maybe a bit of more easy rapping, um, but melodic by the same time, maybe some hip hop orientated drums, but at the same time maybe um, some classic attitude by using orchestrated um, drums like timpanis and stuff. Let's see about that. That I will lay or double to my drum set. Yeah, maybe then later on with the guitar solo in the refrain part of it, maybe a bit Spanish orientated, a bit globe style, a bit jazz classic, Spanish guitar orientated. Let's see about that. Let's see about that. Beautiful whole or to have access to a very globe styled production. Let's see about that, ladies and gentlemen. I think now it's to really to save the file so far and maybe searching one more crash or a symbol to it, and I think we can come up with the lyrics to it. Let's see if we have them and crash so far somewhere on my hard drive. Drums overkill. wave samples. So there's a lot of drums on that CD. That's what I love. You can mix a lot of stuff, like combine into each other, and this is maybe what you can say. You can build a great studio sound by using a different registers in terms of different companies, different providers, different equipment to each other to get a feeling of authentic. So to have a cool sound, I think it's not really necessary to have or to have maybe an large studio. I think with if you be creative, you can do a lot of yeah, you can create a cool sound by having a small recording facility and producing facility as well. At the end, it's just I think the right thought how to produce a record and what you have to listen to out of your speakers, kind of. That was cool name. It's a nice one, maybe. I think that the thing is, of course, it's kind of weightlifting to pick out the right samples and to get an ear for cool samples. It's of course a development over years. It's like maybe a good cook um, knows what the soup needs by tasting it, and I think this is in music maybe the same over the years. You develop an ear for, of course, more profound frequencies, etc., etc. So um, um, visualized or visualizing samples is of course a bit of doing and training or yeah, over the years um, going the path kind of. But I think in the first place, the what it's really take is the ear to say what I want to hear. So you set up a vision is kind of if you search hotel or something for holiday, you visualize at the beginning maybe what I want to have: 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, etc., etc. Should I have a pool, etc., etc. And this is maybe the same in music. What you want to have? Okay, I need a symbol, and my vision is of the sample. It should be very maybe high and crispy, so you watch out for high and crispy stuff and compare it to your speakers and your ears by listening to it. You can listen to a lot of samples, but I think the what really gives you advice is the question of what I want to have, and then search for that. Yeah, the wanted answer, kind of. Yeah, the symbol 63 seems to do a lovely job. Now it's two. Um, now it's two. Upload them to the Cubase. Always do me some pictures by not um, forgetting the folders. And more. So if you come in touch with the drums overkill plugin and more, still don't know if they still sell it, but if you have the chance to catch them, and especially in my opinion, the CD with the audio files to it, should check it out. They're great sounds, drum sounds on them. So thanks for the makers of that beautiful sample CD. Very joyful to listen to your effort in this direction. Very joyful to have them in my Cubase. work with them. Very old schooly, but this is maybe what makes the beauty about the sound. So I think the instrumental is ready to come up with the lyrics and polish the song more. Yeah. Play guitar online like a voice with the kicks like conformist noise. A musician here on this floor. Play guitar online with the kicks like conformist noise. A musician here on this floor. Let's see about that. And more. Let's see about the symbol later on. Maybe we, yeah, put an effect on that. I'll take another one. Let's see about it on the vocals on the track. Yeah, hope you enjoyed my little live this morning. Let's see about that. Here and some words to the Sunday. If you like what I do, I try to stay with God all the time. It's about God, I think. If you want to have a good life and want to develop a good life, I think God is the response to it. If you stay with God, you will have a good life all the time, if God says so, like church or yes, parts of God proclaims. The church is always clean. The church is always beautiful. So if you stay with God, I think you always have it clean and beautiful, kind of, and yeah, just stay with God, keep your life to God, and do what you want to do in life. And if you stay honest as much as possible, and if you stay, yeah, developing um, as much as possible, I think you will um, receive an life um, of fulfill fulfillment and enjoyment to the max, kind of. So that's what I do. I stay with God all the time. Music is something about believing, about being satisfied, um, about being um, right ordered and right spotted in life by having a God above, etc., etc. So I will post today, I think, again, another page of the Bible for people who maybe never came or come in touch with the script. I think, in, me personally, I don't live the script really. The Bible says it's better to believe than to read, but I think reading sometimes is important, of course, as well, to reflect what the um, what the former people did back in time, and that's what I said. Um, well, yeah, what I said. I think Jesus said great things, which reflects of an artist's life still today. Um, so you can learn a lot of course, or you reflect a lot of to the words of Jesus today, um, as an artist as well, and the other prophets. So the Bible and God is something that will take a big response to your life. Um, like church is a place that was, or for the before the people will um, really developed. I think the church is always the oldest building in town, and this is for a reason. So I think everything is founded by someone who believed in something. If you don't believe in something, yeah, the world is maybe in trouble. You don't have new things and new visions. So the believer is um, you know the first man of the city, or the founder of things. So, and this is proved by the time, even from the old Egypt and more, the church or God is always the first tree um, on the spot, kind of. So stay with God, and you will receive a good life, as far as I'm concerned. Und zum Abschluss noch ein paar Worte auf Deutsch. Das Instrumental ist so gut wie fertig. Ähm, Jetzt kommen die Vocals oder die Lyrik drüber, und es geht darum, die einfach ein bisschen ziehen zu lassen, einzurappen, einzusingen, bis man irgendwann den Flow so hat, dass man sagt, ich brauche nicht mehr über die Lyrik nachdenken. Man lebt es einfach, man kann es einfach ähm, aufnehmen, raus aus dem Gefühl im Prinzip, laut meiner Meinung. So mache ich auf jeden Fall. Spielen, 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 bis es einfach von selber kommt, und dass man es richtig, richtig rüberbringen kann, dass man es im Prinzip nicht mehr vom Blatt abliest oder ja, drüber nachdenken muss. Dann hat man eine schöne Aufnahme, kann sich richtig auf die Stimme konzentrieren und kann es im Prinzip, finde ich, richtig aus dem Gefühl einfach rüberbringen. Ja, immer bei Gott bleiben, so sehe ich's, dann kriegt man ein schönes Leben. Wie die Kirche an jedem Ort, an jeder Stadt beweist, die Kirche ist immer ein Platz von Sauberkeit und Ordnung und Frieden. Und das ist im Prinzip wahrscheinlich, was Gott widerspiegelt. Sauberkeit, Ordnung und Frieden. Ähm, darum, ja, meiner Meinung nach schöne Aspekte, ein schönes Leben zu führen unter Gott. Ja, darum poste ich nachher wieder eine kleine Bibel. Eine Seite der Bibel für die Leute, die noch nie Bibel gelesen haben und auch für die Leute, die Bibel auch ab und zu mal wieder auffrischen möchten, so wie ich. Ab und zu muss man auch mal wieder ein bisschen die Bibel lesen oder auch ähm, andere heiligen Schriften. Es geht um Gott, es geht nicht um Ethnik. Wie gesagt, da mache ich keinen Unterschied. Gott hat für mich keine Unterschiede. Das kann jeder sehen, wie er möchte. Ich bleibe bei dem Gott des Friedens, bei dem Gott, der mir einen Weg des Friedens und des Himmels zeigt. Und da mache ich keine Ethnik oder keine ethnischen Unterschiede. Da mache ich im Prinzip nur Gott. Und der ist meiner Ansicht nach alle gleich. Der Gott vom Wurm zum Mensch, der Gott vom Stein zum Blatt. Und an den Gott im Prinzip halte ich mich. Und der ist für mich hauptsächlich der des Friedens und einer Ordnung, die mir im Prinzip ein schönes Leben ermöglicht, etc. etc. Yeah, have a great Sunday so far with new sounds and more if you want to. And we go. Bye bye.